right, so this is theoretically the first round, though I had an issue with my recorder and I wasn't able to record the whole thing. I somehow stopped it and screwed it up. I haven't really figured out what I did exactly, but I'm going to bring you through the first minute or so of it to give you an idea of how the matchup went. It went fairly quickly. I beat our opponent 2-0, not to be a spoiler here. But as you can see, I ended up keeping, against an unknown opponent, I kept a pretty solid hand here with Leafcrown Dryad and Voyaging Satyr. And all I needed, was, and this is what I'm pointing out here, by the way, I'm replaying the video here, was that if I drew a swamp at any point, I could play a Read the Bones. And even then, with the Voyaging Satyr, I could, power out some bigger threats and stuff. So, and then also I was thinking I could go Leafcrown Dryad, Voyaging Satyr, and if my opponent didn't really have much or was trying to be aggressive, I could Warrior's Lesson to draw 2 cards, which is kind of nice as well. All right, so I paused it and then came back here. And as you can see, what ended up happening here is I ended up playing a whole bunch of stuff, a Graverobber Spider, a Read the Bones, and a Leafcrown Dryad to get myself to this point. And I was aggressively blocking. I had taken 8 damage here, and he got me with like Two-Headed Cerberus and Spark Jolt to kill something, and like Titan Strength on Two-Headed Cerberus to kill something else. So yeah, I think it was Spark Jolt on my Leafcrown Dryad when I blocked. And I was really aggressively blocking because Nighthowler gets better if you do that, and also like I have ways to get some creatures back from the yard, so I didn't really mind just blocking a bunch. But eventually the Nessian Asp came down and kind of stalled everything out. Now in the second game, things went even better for us. I never drew my whip or anything like that, which would have been amazing, but I did get Nessian Asp down, and my opponent actually just made a big mistake and didn't. Basically, I was able to turn the tides on my opponent where I could actually attack with my Nessian Asp for lethal, even though he had Two-Headed Cerberus with Fearsome Temper on it. And normally... I'm sorry. He had Fearsome Temper and Dragon Mantle, so the thing could get huge. But I was just big enough with my Nessian Asp where I could monstrous it and get through and force a trade, and then I would have like a Vulpine Goliath or something to sort of clean up. But instead, what happened is he blocked with his Two-Headed Cerberus, and I said, "Yeah, sure. Like we'll trade, right?" And he never pumped it, so it just died. Like I monstrous, and he just like it just died. And so I was like, oh, okay. And so then I just won. And that was it. His deck wasn't amazing. Oh, I did make one very awkward mistake in this game. Yeah, there's the end of it. And so yeah, we won 2-0. So the mistake I made was actually here. I'll just back up a little bit. By the way, I would normally show you the replay, but it's not working on Magic Online, so I couldn't. At some point during this game, he attacks with Two-Headed Cerberus, and I built up my mana enough. In fact, it looks like next turn to monstrous my Nessian Asp. But he also had, again, the Dragon Mantle on this Two-Headed Cerberus, and I'm like, well, I guess he has to use up a trick plus a bunch of pumps. I'm just going to go for the block. So I go for the block. I pay for monstrous, and I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. He goes pump, pump, pump like 3 times or something, and I'm just like, that's not enough. Like, it'll trade, but he doesn't need to pump that much. I forgot about this little guy right here. So he pays red to sack it, and I trade my Nessian Asp for his stupid Satyr Hedonist. Now, I didn't really have a choice because the Two-Headed Cerberus was lethal, but I could have chumped with anything, and I ended up chumping with my Asp and spending all my turn worth of mana on it. So that perhaps wasn't the most amazing block I've ever made, but it did end up getting the job done down the line because I was able to play, whatever, like a huge Nighthowler and get him eventually. So anyway, we ended up getting past this opponent and advancing to the next round. I do apologize for my screw up with the video. I still haven't figured out exactly what I did here. I must have paused or something. I will routinely pause during the course of the video if my opponent's playing a little slower or if there's like a dead spot, just so you guys don't have to sit there and stare at dead screen. And I'm usually really good about keeping it going, but I may have skipped it or just thought I did it or something and gotten to the end. But we were able to get past this guy with our kind of grindy green-black deck, and the next 2 rounds are really fun, and I'm happy to be able to bring you those in their entirety right now. Okay, second round. Not going to mulligan this one. Seems like a fine hand. Maybe not a great one, but a fine one. It wasn't our best draw, I will say. Facing red again. Red-black this time. Reckless Reveler. Sure. I think I'm just going to run old Spiteful Return out here. I'll probably trade it if offered as well. And that way I turn Nighthowler on if I need to cast that. But I found that bestowing it's a lot better. And I think it's probably worth a turn here to bestow it instead of just making it 2/2. Because I get Graverobber Spider, which gets to block this thing eventually, and can just make it huge. Fearsome Temper, that's an issue. Fairly large issue, too. If he just wants to move all in here, he can just start targeting that. You know, we need to draw some creatures here, really. Yikes. Take 8 this turn? Yikes, yikes. It's half our life total. He's going to kill us in 2 turns. That's Wayfinder here. Wow. So this Nighthowler just got way bigger. And I think we can cast it on its own now because I want to diversify a little bit for some blocks. This way, he doesn't have enough mana to be able to get around everything. He can make us not block with Nighthowler, but then we can chump with Wayfinder. And then if we get to untap, he needs to hit running lands to be able to make this plan work, basically. Actually, yeah, this doesn't work anyway. Unless he has a trick, because he can go 1, 2, 3, this, and then I can double block here, and then he has to have Titan Strength, Coordinated Assault, or Boon of Erebos to be able to make this not work. And I would go for it, because if he decides to go long game and just try to hit land drops over and over again, that's going to work. Oh, for the love of God. Yeah, that's a good play. He gets to ship the team now. All right. So we block. We block here and take 6. Yeah, we're just going to die. Voyaging Satyr, do you do anything? You sort of do. Yeah, let's just play Voyaging Satyr and pass here. I mean, I'm assuming he's going to untap and burn us out somehow, because that play makes a lot of sense if he's got a burn spell. All right, or a Fate Unraveler. All right. Sip or nothing. We get nothing. I think I can attack with these two. He would not take lethal here, but obviously we needed to draw our whip. But whip's not good enough now. Now we need sip. All right, so he didn't block. So actually, how much damage can we do here? 7, that's 9, 16. We can do 18 here. And like if we had this, it would be lethal. Oh, in your graveyard. Never mind. That's still 17. All right, so Warrior's Lesson. I don't think we have any real outs here. Oh, yeah, right. That kills us anyway. Yeah, well, we either do that or we die on the other side. So either way, I don't like our chances there. But I did forget, which is lame. Artisan Sorrow is a possibility here. I think I like Return Phalanx again. His deck is really fast, so what can we do against a really fast deck? Probably cut this guy. Probably just want another one of these. Maybe want a snake. Spiteful Return can go away. And yeah, we can cut that. All right, so let's try this. I'd love to, thanks. This is probably too slow of a hand. I think I can keep it. I guess if we don't draw any, like if all we draw is lands, then this hand doesn't do anything. If we draw spells, then it's fine. Yeah, I think we just have to draw some spells here. I mean, I like our late game. We're on the play as well. So he has to have a pretty darn quick start to really destroy us with this one. Yeah, it's fine. Although we have not ran well on the drawing spells department. Okay, that's a spell. Good. That's finally drew a spell, and it was quite a good one, in fact. Because now we get to play this into this into this, which is very good. Yeah, I'll take a million here. Wayfinder. Wayfinder's good, but I think the Nessian Asp is just better. So we make him use a trick here. And then we get to play Nemesis. Should we gamble? How much does Nemesis cost? 5? Yeah, let's gamble. If worst case, we just chump here and play our Read the Bones instead. But all right, we got there. Your move. So I think I just chump block here if he attacks and go for the... He said this can't block it? Yeah, all right, well, I have to chump block then. Scourgemark. I feel like we should probably read some bones here. Sweet. All right, the shields, they are up. And we're going to untap and sip the hell out of this thing. So we'll get another trick out of his hand here, or he'll just make the trade. All right, that's fine with us too, actually. Draw a card here. Not bad, not bad. Battle mode. And now we just get to turn the tables on him in a pretty big way. So this is my graveyard, right? Yeah, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. Don't think that matters too much, but let's just kill it. It's a little conservative of me, but I think we just kill it. Because him doing 9 here is pretty tall order. 5. If he steals my guy, it's 5, 6, 7, and then he needs to find 2 more damage. I suppose I could just attack here. This is 11. I need 1 more mana to pump, which I don't have. Not killing him this turn anyway. So I guess I'll just attack here. I kill him basically for sure next turn. I get to bestow Emissary on Spider, which gives it trample, and that's way more than lethal. That's not what you wanted to do. And we get to pump it as well. All right, next game. We want to change anything again? Artisan Sorrow's an option. Ugh. We were able to work around that thing, but that was very annoying. But I think we're fairly well suited to it here. I think we're going to be able to put up enough stuff that he's not going to be able to, like, totally wreck us with it. This is a pretty easy keep, I think. Let's see what he does on his turn. He's got that thing. I think I can just play Swordwise Centaur. If it gets killed, that's fine. All right, he didn't have it, so that's nice. Oh, he didn't have anything. That's really nice. I get to attack now, and I get to Voyaging Satyr so that next turn we can start casting the big stuff. Viper's Kiss. That's fine. Reveler. Okay. That's fine, I guess. It slows us down a turn, but we've still got plenty of stuff to do with our mana here. Do I want to attack? I can trade Aspect of Hydra for his stupid Reckless Reveler, but I don't know that I care. Yeah, I guess I do. I'm not really doing much else this turn anyway. I'd like to be able to keep attacking. Yeah, and this is also nice because it gets value for our Aspect of Hydra and lets Nighthowler become an actual thing. Like, we can even put it on this. Rambla, sure. Snake. Go. Now I'm going to wait to bestow Nighthowler on Swordwise Centaur so it's bigger than Rambler. If ever so slightly. Now he's got a burn spell. Yeah, that's okay. Our Nighthowler still survives. It's a 2/2, so that's fine. And now we're on the snake plan. I'm just going to keep turning this thing sideways. So he wants to target Lab Champion to take out our Nighthowler, which I don't think I really care about. So let's just do this. I mean, if he takes out Nighthowler, he takes out Nighthowler. I'm not that worried about it. If he doesn't do it right now, I can Keepsake Gorgon to kill something. Yeah, he's just super worried about Nighthowler. But it's not that great of a card there. It's not really doing that much work anyway. Nope, that doesn't matter. Just going to chump here. I think that this thing preventing 5 damage that's about its best case scenario. This is a lethal attack, actually. And I'm just going to leave up my Keepsake Gorgon pump here. Wait, which one did he block? Oh, he blocked Keepsake? Oh, right, that makes sense. Or, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but sure. Yeah, that's fine. Take 1. It's monstrous, this thing. Kill that, I guess. And then, yeah, that works. All right, made it to the finals. We'll see you guys there.